Out now, Ford Mustang. There they go. Hey, we're back. Happy Wednesday. We're gonna do some Ugga Duggas. Talking to a friend of mine on Discord, so if you hear his voice, don't freak out. He's a normal piece.
Wouldn't claim normal, but yes.
I'm not gonna say what he's a normal piece of, but you know, he's a normal piece.
You speak so fondly of your friends.
Well, you know, I do it because that's what we do. Alright,
Yeah.
let's see what we have in our inventory here. Nothing. Okay. Let's see what we've got on the engine stand here. Nothing. Let's see what we've got in our inventory in our storage shed here. A bunch of scrap parts. What do we have under warehouse 2? High performance stuff. Warehouse 3, we've got some seats. A lot of DeLorean parts left over from the DeLorean project we did. Those of you who have stuck with me long enough, you know what that one was. And here's our scrap pieces for those cars that we don't quite want to refresh, but we'll refresh. And maybe we'll do some more barn finds. Let's see what we can do. We've got one sitting in the shop. I think we were going to work on this guy, but he needs a lot of work. There's not much of it left. And got to get our free experience points. Remember, kids, get those free experience points. Look at all the red. This thing's a pile of junk. Did I get this thing out of a junkyard? I think I may have got this out of a junkyard. I don't remember where this one came from. I seem to think this was probably a junkyard. No, it's complete enough. It might have been a barn find. It's got a battery. What the heck? They never have batteries.
On this episode of Confusion.
Right? Well, it's been a while since we played this. All right, it's been a while. It's been a few nights. Maybe the last time I actually played this was 2 months ago on stream. I play it all the time. It's just the last time I streamed it was about 2 months ago. What?
Yeah.
Are you talking because I'm talking? Huh? Are you talking because I'm talking? Huh? Had a verbal appearance by Polly. Your fans say hi. Your fans all say, Polly! She wants me to play tug of war. She has ignored me until I started the stream. I mean, seriously. Not a freaking lick until I started the stream. And now all of a sudden, oh good, we can disturb Dad now.
That's always how it works.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, sometimes. What? What? I'm trying to stream here. What? You're too far away. I can't pull the tug if you're that far away. Come here. Do you want a tug or not? She wants to tug, but she doesn't want to stay close enough for me to grab a hold of the tug. Here, go fetch. Can you run her outside? I think she needs to go outside. She's giving me that look. Alright, now, let's see here. Do we have... Oh, washer reservoir. Gotta get that guy in there. Can't do the brake booster. Don't know why, but we just can't. We just can't. Well, I think we've done everything we can on this truck. Let's see what condition this battery's in. Let's check out our electricals. Electricals. All the photons and neutrons and... Ignition coil B, 2%. Battery, 39%. Ooh. Let's see, we can't do a compression test because the engine's not complete. Let's check these tires. How's it going?
Update for the viewers. Fire is indeed hot.
What are you catching on fire?
Currently the Germans are catching me on fire.
Oh, okay. So for those of you watching at home, he's playing a game while he's watching me play a game while
Yes.
we talk on Discord while I stream. So yeah, it's. I don't even think he's watching me because currently I'm not showing any viewers. So.
Yeah, I need to open it. I do apologize about that.
See, he tells me he's watching, and then he's not watching. What
I never said I was watching. I'm just a participant. You know, it's just so 50% of the royalties go to me.
50% of the real pain in the butt, that's for sure.
So yeah. Mute it so I don't hear myself.
What?
I don't like hearing myself speak, actually.
Why not? What are you up to, Skip? Here, right here. You getting ready to go to bed? Yes, no, maybe? Well, you got 2 minutes before bedtime, so I don't think you're going to get much of a chance to sit here and watch me stream, son. You can always catch my stream on YouTube by typing in 1-800-BORING. What's that? Well, I know, but that sounds like a you problem more than a me problem. No, I'm still on Twitch. You can catch it on Twitch for 6 days after I stream it, because it doesn't want to save my shows, my videos right now, unless I want to do a highlight. We'll talk about it later. Alright, let's get this thing in the air. How deep into the resto should we get on this truck?
Well, it depends. Are you doing this for money, or are you doing this for personal gain?
Doing it for money or doing it for personal gain? Money.
If you're doing it
gain,
for money, then
personal gain.
you know.
Money. You keep using those words. I don't think they mean what you think they mean.
Well, it's not like it's not. I mean, unless you plan on making a drag build out of it, like I did with the station wagon.
But how would that be personal gain?
Because you can use it to make money back by competing in the drag races.
It's faster to sell it and get money for personal gain. Now, if you're saying, am I going to do it for prestige? That's a different thing.
Tomato, tomato.
Whoosh. You know what I find interesting? I have all of the graphical settings completely maxed out on this.
Yep.
Under my 5K Ryzen, if I did that, I'd have frame drop. I don't have any frame drop on this. Wow, I was inside that oil pan. I don't want to take the oil pan apart. I just like how much better this thing runs into the 7K than it did the 5K. My phone is vibrating. No, usually I try and repair these and sell them, but it's just how in-depth do I want to get? Do I want to do 100% all the way around and get
Yeah.
the full restoration value out of it? Or do I want to just get it running and ship it, right? I mean,
Yeah, no, that's in.
in theory, I could just do the chassis on this and fix up some of the body panels and then turn around and sell it. I'll still make money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I could just have it be a rolling chassis. The other thing I could do is I could just strip it of all of its parts, keep the parts on hand, and then sell the shell. I won't get as much money, but I'll have the parts for restoration
Future
later,
projects.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. And you can also end up upgrading the parts if you wanted to as well.
Because for every project, you always have to have a donor, right?
Yep, learning that one personally. Yeah.
And who, pray tell, are you learning this from? Because you're certainly not learning it from me.
Yeah, it's some fat bald guy I met behind a bike shed.
Oh, okay. Did he give you candy?
Sometimes.
What? What? Oh my goodness, you're so angry! Why are you so angry? Why? So angry. I mean, ultimately, I can do this one-handed because I can sit here and tug with her while still unbolting things because this camera moves with me instead of against me, right?
Yeah, exactly. I only wish it did that in real life.
Right? Whoosh.
Wow.
Yay. I gotta rotate. Oh my gosh, dog. This is what we've got to do to your truck.
Yep. Saving up for that currently.
Well, we got the wheel cylinders. You get those all
Yeah.
cleared up?
Yeah, I've cleaned them and everything. I just, I haven't put them on.
It's a simple job.
Oh, yeah, I don't doubt it.
And with how warm it's going to be in the next couple of days, we may want to look at doing that soon.
Yeah, I unfortunately have to work all 3 of the, next days.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should probably get it done before you go down to Charlotte.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yoink! Oh, this actually has oil in it? Wouldn't it?
What? Why?
99% of the time, these cars have no oil in them when you get them from, like,
Junkyards.
barns and junkyards and stuff like
Yeah.
that, right? So, oh, did you see how much oil came out? Yeah, that wasn't
Like,
even worth draining.
no, you could have took the pan off and it would have sat in the pan just fine.
Right? I mean, that wasn't even a quarter of a quart that came out of it. Alright, pull the hood, pull the fender, pull the door, pull the windshield, pull the right fender, pull the bumper, pull the left fender, pull the door. Let's see here, 1, 1,
Whoa.
21, 21. Here, let's just tack weld this frame in place. Alright, how much is this thing worth as it sits right now? Oh, this was a story order!
Oh. Well then, oh shit, that's, oh crap, that's not good. Dude, the amount of work you just, oh my god.
I just stripped this whole thing down. Oh, it needed a new engine anyway. I should have really checked that before I proceeded, but whatever. I guess we're repairing it. I guess we're restoring it now, guys.
Yep.
Oh, I'm such an idiot. Okay. I should have figured that was a story order. What? 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 My gosh, you're annoying. Ah. What? 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 What?
No.
She's being a nuisance.
Oh really?
Yes. She keeps coming over and pawing at my leg and arm. She's being a butthead. What, are you chewing on my foot now, huh? Huh? Uh-oh. Can't lose this bumper. Because that's not on the list of parts that we got to replace. Can you hear how angry she is?
Not quite, no.
You can't hear that?
If I listen closely, yeah. You don't have the necessary part.
Yes. I'm all out of parts. Hey, Vulcan, how's it going? Yeah, that is poly growling, yes. How's your week been, Vulcan? Oh, she has ignored me all day long until I sat down to do my stream, and now suddenly she wants my undivided attention. So she's growling at me because I'm trying to tug with her, and she's being a general nuisance of herself. So but you know, get a bulldog, they said. It will be fun, they said. What are you looking for? What does that mean? The what? Oh, bowls. I already took my bowl into the sink. I think we lost that wheel cylinder.
Oh no. $3.
Right. Which in this game, I think their wheel cylinders are actually like $15 or something like that. The wheel cylinder is spendy in this game.
The one thing that's not cheaper than it is in real life.
Oh, there's a lot of things in this game that aren't cheap. That you can find in real life for way cheaper.
Oh yeah.
I've had weeks like that. I've definitely had weeks to where it's like, do I really care about what's going on right now? So it's definitely the minimalist. How little can I do to and still get away with it, right? Uh, I've been in that boat many times. So I understand. I understand.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. Why are you fighting with me? Why are you fighting with me, huh? Huh? My goodness gracious. You're so feisty. So feisty. Does everyone ignore you all day long? Huh? Huh? Does everyone fight? Does everyone ignore you? Do you have no one to play with? Huh? Should I get you a tackle dummy that you can mistreat while I'm gone? Huh? She's grumpy. I don't know what her problem is. What? 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 Go. Chase mice. Go on. Go chase mice. She's like, I'm not a cat. Leave me alone. Alright, what parts were destroyed? Let's look here. Sort. Condition. What's the minimum part range for this thing? I thought it was like 40 something. 40%. Okay, so dual barrel carburetor. You know, I thought, was that engine block borked? I think it was. Well, I haven't torn it apart yet. How do I know? The struts are definitely shot. What did those tires come out to be? 35, 35, so those have got to be replaced. Drums have got to be replaced. Anything that's under 40% has got to be replaced. 42, 40, 41, 40, 47. That's all 40 there. So basically the whole dang stinking show now, wouldn't you know? No, we're not doing multiplayer. This is a non-multiplayer game. My friend's just hanging out on Discord with me. Because that's what we do.
Yep.
We do it to annoy one another. You know, we could probably take all this stuff and rebuild that engine and still be fat and happy. So we're just going to take all this stuff here.
I mean, theoretically, wouldn't want to use half-ass stuff in a rebuild anyways.
I'm going to take all this stuff here too, because most of this stuff we're going to reuse. Not going to use 99% of it, but hey. It's all going into inventory one way or another.
Yep.
Now I'll slap that engine on here. Oh. Well, hello there. I didn't know I had that in... I must have pulled that out of inventory. Let's go put that V6 engine back. In fact, that needs to go into my engine section of the warehouse, which I think was 4. No. 3? No. I guess it's going to be 2. Gotta find that engine. There she is. Okay. No, I'm kind of a part hoarder when it comes to this game. I tend to collect them all. Mostly because, I mean, really, when you're restoring old cars, you kind of do end up become a kind of a part hoarder because you always know that one part's going to be hard to find, or you can always reuse it for something else down the road. So you end up holding on to everything. There was one time in my youth to where I had more cars than I did drivers. I had 17 cars at one point in time in my youth. I was really kind of bad at it. Yeah, those are actually worth a fair chunk of change right now. Those RSX Acuras. There's people who pay a fair chunk of change for those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you, I mean, you like refresh the motor, transmission, stuff like that, you could probably get a really good chunk of change out of it.
Especially amongst the JDM population.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, and that's the thing. If you sell it to somebody, they're not going to keep it stock. They're going to definitely rebuild it. I mean, they turbo the living crap out of those things as it is. Yeah, and but anything that's 20 plus years old is very difficult to find stock. So it's got to almost be a no mileage car for 20 years old to be stock. I mean, my truck is a 2019, had 60,000 miles on it, and it's still stock. But of course, some people would argue what exactly is stock. I know some people who would say that if it doesn't have the original factory oil filter, it's not stock.
That's just being pedantic at that point, though.
It is. That's just being ridiculous. Because even if you had the dealer change the oil on it for its entire life, it still doesn't have a factory filter on it.
I would argue my truck is stock as well.
Wow. Well, I mean, that was worth the drive, though, personally, coming clear down to Jacksonville, North Carolina. So, but that wasn't that far of a drive. I mean, what? That was only 250 miles? I've driven further than that to get cars before.
Further than that to try and get an engine.
I think the furthest I ever went for a car was 950 miles. I think that was my 69 Comet. He got screwed by the dealership. Yeah, that's usually how dealerships are, though. Yeah, a lot of dealerships are not coming up very clean right now because they've kind of fallen back into their old ways of charging an exorbitant amount of money for things that are simple. And it's often not the labor, it's the parts. And a lot of people are getting irritated. This is why I say trust your home mechanics, guys, because they generally don't have any stakes in the game. But but also learn enough about cars to not have people freaking rip you off either. Oh, but they are. I don't know if you guys have read the news on that, but a lot of dealerships are just reaming people with these electric vehicles, like the Leaf and the Volt and stuff. When those things go in for repair, if it's not under warranty, whew, expect to pay a fair chunk of change because the labor on those things is way expensive. And that's the wave of the future right there, guys. Yeah, but you're talking North Carolina safety inspection. I mean, a 95-year-old grandmother can pass a North Carolina safety inspection. And that's with a sagging chassis. I might have just enough parts. Put this engine back together. Oh, no, 38. Dang it. Short by one piston. What's the condition of that one? Looks pretty bad. Yeah, that one was 39. I shouldn't have even done that one. Let's see, that one looks pretty good. That one looks pretty good. Okay, so I need 2 pistons. Yeah, 42 is still good. Oh, yeah, there's that. They're talking about doing a whole different style of insurance for electric vehicles altogether. I've been reading to where some insurance companies are highly considering doing what's called electric vehicle surcharge. So if you have any kind of electric vehicle, you have to pay an additional surcharge onto your normal property damage and casualty, all that sort of stuff, right? Um, but it's like spendy. It adds almost another $150 a month just to your insurance. But I mean, that's kind of what a lot of them want. They want these electric cars to be disposable. Which I think is ridiculous because people, well, I mean, I guess with the way people treat cars nowadays, I guess it's really not ridiculous. I mean, a lot of us are from the school of you buy a car to pay it off and keep it around, but there's other people who, buy a car so that they can run it into the ground and then go buy another one for $1.50. See if I've got a decent throw-out bearing. I don't. I'm going to need one of those. So we're going to add that to our shopping list. I think I need a power steering pump, don't I? No, I've got 2 of them. Yeah, they actually are looking at a mileage tax to where you pay like X number of dollars per mile that you travel uh, to offset the gas tax because you're not going to be spending gas on it anymore, right? Unless you have a hybrid, but they're doing away with hybrids now too. There's some manufacturers that are slated to do away with all hybrids by 2030. So, but Oregon pretty much right now is already doing a per mileage fee for their registration now anyway. And some people are saying, the less you drive, the less you pay. And it's saving some people money who only have like a 5-mile commute to and from work, right? But other people are like, yeah, that's kind of ridiculous to. Because if you go on a long trip, that's going to. But they don't want people driving their personal vehicles for vacations anyway. And if you don't believe me, Google it. There's lots of articles about it. I mean, I would like to. I think what it would probably be is a type of. I get what you're saying, a work from home tax, but I think that would be more of a energy penalty tax, right? Because you're consuming more power at home, so you're gonna have to pay like an energy penalty or an energy tax by using more electricity at home because you're not in an office that's paying for that electricity for you, right? But no, I totally agree. I can see the government asking people, hey, do you work from home, and if so, how many times, and here's how much we're going to charge you for it because you're now working from home, and you're not. I mean, the government's going to find a way to tax you one way or another. So, and they don't. And people sit there and say taxation's not theft, but when you have an organization that can take everything you own because you fail to pay, yeah, that's kind of a big deal. That's pretty much theft right there. So, if you don't have an option as to whether or not you can pay, I think I'm gonna have to buy some push rods. Oh no, 41! Yay, because they're all above the 40% limit. I mean, right now, California is taxing people for moving out of state. I don't know if anybody's seen that little tidbit going around, but yeah, in California, if you move out of state, they can tax you up to $10,000. There are some people calling that the WTF tax.
I don't know. I was reading a thing where they I think it was up in Washington. I think they were planning on implementing a tax to where it would charge people 2.5 cents per mile to drive on the roadway.
Yeah, that's essentially what they're doing in Washington. Is that's the per mileage tax that I was talking about, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they basically will have you log how many miles you have on the vehicle now, and then next tax season when it comes around to re-registering your car, they'll ask you to record what your current mileage is now, and then they tax you based off that, right?
Yeah.
And if that mileage turns out to be, like 8,000, 9,000 miles for that year, you're only going to pay the tax on that 8,000, 9,000 miles. But if you drove like 70, 80,000 miles, because your company has you using your personal vehicle for business, then they're going to charge you on that, right? Because there's some companies that say to people, yeah, you got to use your personal vehicle to work for us. Sure,
Mhm.
sure, they get mileage reimbursement and stuff like that, but how does that come out for paying the tax on their vehicle? They're going to kind of get screwed on the mileage tax, because all of that per mileage income that they're getting for gas and wear and tear on the vehicle is going to go right into the freaking taxes. Because you know that amount that the government's going to charge is going to exceed the amount that they're going to get paid from the company for their wear and tear on their vehicle. Yeah, I heard New York is doing the same thing too. But they audit you for 10 years. Yeah, that sucks. Irregular driving for you is 500 miles a week. Yeah, and see, that's usually what it is. Most people's commute is about 25 to 30 miles one way, right? So that's 60 miles a day. You times that over the number of days that you actually work, and yeah, I mean, that adds up. I mean, in a week, that's 300 miles a week. All right, I think I checked those off. Okay, did I get? Yes, I did. But what I didn't get was some rocker arms. I need some rocker arms. Got the timing chain. Did I get the timing chain? I don't know. Timing chain's there, so I must have got the timing chain. Well, right now we are working. I bought 4 of those and I needed 6. Right now we are working on a customer vehicle that I thought was a vehicle that I had picked up from a barn find, but it wasn't. So I completely tore the whole thing apart, and now we're putting it all back together. Because I'm a doofus. But most of what he needed, we had to do anyway, as far as like rebuilding the engine and stuff, which I'm doing right now. So, but because he had a minimum quality rating of 40, I'm putting a lot of used parts into things. So it's saving a lot of money. We need this. Oh, maybe I have one of these. No, I don't. Okay, so we need that. We can go ahead and put this on. I need these clips. Come on. Gotta put you on. Gotta put you on. Did I already purchase one of those? Guess I must have, because I saw 2 of them in there. And I know I've got one of these. And I don't think I have one of those. Nope. So let's add that to my list of things I've got to do. I think I had a fan. No, I didn't. Okay. Oh! Oh, yeah. This is something else I need to talk about. Um, look up Bill S-686. Contact your senators, your congressmen, everybody, and tell them to vote that thing down. You want to lose all privacy and security on the internet? Let's pass that bill. It'll also, technically, if you read into it the way that you should when it deals with anything government, it will allow the government to effectively prosecute you if you use any kind of VPN or security software that prevents companies from tracking you. Or if you say things on the internet that might be deemed a security threat to the country. So be aware of that. Definitely look at that bill, research it, and see what it says, because when I looked at it and read it, I got all sorts of red flags that threw up that was like, nope, 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 that's not what we want. So that's my public service announcement for today. Not that it matters, because I have no viewers. Take engine off. But yeah, it's definitely not good bill to be messing with. It's definitely something that we need to squelch, because I did not like the wording of it at all. It makes my hair stand on end every time I think about it. That window needs to be replaced, so we gotta do that. That window needs to be replaced, so we gotta do that. Yes, and that's one of the other things that you need to... I don't know why it's making that sound. That people need to be aware of is what... Oh, I guess we need to replace that. Sorry, I'm distracting myself, guys. Oops, that window's gotta go. Did I mark the headlights? I'm pretty sure I did. Alright. Over Mucho Grande? I don't think I'll ever be over Mucho Grande.
What? Oh, that hurt. Got a question for you.
I have probably a stupid answer for you.
What does a torn muscle feel like?
Well, it hurts. It's really painful, and yeah, it's not something I want to participate in again.
Is it a constant pain, or is it only when that certain body part is activated pain?
Can be a combination of both. It depends on how it's torn.
Mm-hmm.
In most cases, it's a very dull, achy pain.
Oh,
But
okay.
the more you move it, can definitely aggravate it and make it hurt like way worse.
Yeah, I went to flip sides when resting the other day, and all of a sudden my right pectoral started hurting. Real sharp pain, like sharp searing pain. And it's been hurting like that for about 2 days now, and every time that I reach down with my right arm is when it activates.
I needed the left fender and I bought the right fender, didn't I?
Uh-huh.
Sons of sea biscuits.
Now back to regularly scheduled programming.
What? Did I or did I not just buy a right rear? What am I buying? Do I have like 12 right rear fenders now because I kept telling myself it was a right rear fender?
Probably.
See, I keep telling people I'm a moron. I didn't get these windows, did I? No, of course. Why would I even bother getting these windows? I know I got the mirror on my list. I know I checked those windows off. Don't know how I didn't get the windows on my list. I'm spending a lot more money on this piece of crap than I should. It's because I'm not paying attention. He had a license plate. All right. Yeah, we'll put that plate on the front. We'll put this plate on the back. Who cares if they don't match? Oh, don't tell me who wants me to replace that license plate. Tell me he doesn't want me to replace that license plate. Hubcap bearing, small bushing, outer tie rod, steering knuckle, clips. Replace and repair body parts. Yeah, we got all those. Okay. Spirit factory color, coolant, perform headlight alignment, wheel alignment. Okay, so yeah, we kind of went a little overboard on this thing. He basically got a restored truck here. Parts. I don't know what I've been told. I never grew up, never grew old. Okay. That, this. I mean, you know, I'm already in for a pound. May as well do it. Didn't say I needed to replace those tires, though, did it? I may stop short of the tires. Gotta get these. Fuel tank. 2 of those. 1 of those. 1 of these. Get a couple of those. I think we've got them all. Oops. Where's our clips? Okay, we don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that, this, or this. Or that, or this. We need those. Okay. We want clips to start with, otherwise I'm going to forget those on the distributor. CLIP, clip. And I believe it is clip B. seem to think that's right. Don't ask me, I don't know. Even though I'm the one working on it. We need 2 of those. We need 2 of these. We need 12 of these. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. The ones on the back, I think, are the small bushings. So that's going to be 4. Okay. Need 2 of these tie rods. Need a sway bar. Power steering rest F4. Middle muffler, we need 2 of those. I think I've got enough brake pads. We'll check that out here in a second. Give me 4 of the bushings. Yes, sirree. Double wishbone shock absorbers. Need 2 of you. Front spring, we need 2 of you. Rear shock absorber, we need 2 of you. Front shock absorber cap, we need 2 of you. I just need to buy a bunch of those parts, put them together, and just have them in my inventory. Because I do enough of those shock absorbers that I should just have a bunch on hand. Pretty sure I've already got a fuel pump, but why waste the money? And I've already put an oil filter on it. Alright, so do we really need 6 Type A relays? One, two, three, 4, 5. No, just 5. Actually 4 and a single Type C. Two, three, 4. We'll probably need more Type C, but let's get 4 of these. Let's get 4 of these. Let's get 4 of these. Relay. Let's get 4 of these. Seeing a trend here, aren't we? Let's get 4 of these. This battery is done charging. Let's go ahead and put these parts together. Yoink! Toss you on. Holy cow, I had a lot of those clips. Why did I buy clips? I had so many. Why?
Because if you wouldn't have bought them, you wouldn't have had any.
I know. I mean, that is literally the story of my life right there.
Small things like that and the bushings and the uses you can never go wrong with having more of.
Nope. It's like me wanting to have a ton of those shock absorbers on hand too, right? Because I go through so many of them anyway. But the problem is, you know, like I grabbed all those parts and didn't pay attention to what I was actually grabbing, so I don't really know what I have on hand. This is why I should have just clicked on it and saw what happened and went from there, right? Oh, I can go ahead and toss him on. I need to get that going. Alright, so everything else is just buckling it all together. Boy, that engine looks all nice and purty, and everything else is just decrepit. Alright. surprised that engine sat in without the cross member.
Hashtag game logic.
Right. The other thing that's always irritated me is how these bolts come down from the floorboard into the...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what is that bolting into? It's clearly not bolting into that bushing, because the bushing's not going to hold it. It needs to come
Nope.
up from the bottom into the body of the vehicle, right?
Yeah.
I mean...
Or at least have a nut on the other side of it.
They really didn't think that part of it through. Yeah, it is. It's supposed to be of the 30s and 50s variety pickup truck. I believe what they were trying to go for was an old Woody, so... But it's their generic in-game flavor variety of truck, so...
Even though they legit just released a updated Ford DLC.
Right? Give me my bearing, so I know
Which that
where
process
to
was
go.
as easy as it makes it look.
Oh, right. The thing that still irritates me, right, is they've got methods in this game for disassembling assemblies. Why
Yeah.
can that whole steering knuckle not just come off as one big assembly? Why do you have to take the whole stinking thing apart?
Exactly.
You can pull the engine out as one big assembly.
Mhm.
Why can't I pull those calipers off as one big assembly?
Yeah. Same thing as like the struts and everything. I mean, in 2018 we didn't have a way of disassembling those. It was just one entity essentially, and now you have a disassembler.
Well, people like to disassemble, Stephanie. You know, I bet if I would have removed those tires, spiffed up those rims, and put the tires back on, those would have been above 40%.
Probably.
Did you think I think about that stuff? No, no, I don't think about those things. Wait a minute. Oh, wait just a cotton picking minute here. I know I bought a new one of those. Did I have two that I had two that were actually bad and I only bought one? Steering knuckles C. See, I was paying attention. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. You know, I need to get my dash cam pulled up and drop a couple of videos that I have of my commutes. I've had some really close calls a couple of days. One guy going through our roundabout down here. You know, the whole roundabout is filled with traffic going around and around and around. And then I get in the traffic circle, and this guy, pulling an enormously long trailer, decides, oh, well, you're coming right at me. I'm going to go ahead and pull right out in front of you.
But
It was lucky I was going the speed I was going. Otherwise, I would have smashed right into him. It's just a generic Walmart special dash cam. It's nothing special. We got them for Christmas for like $10, but they're 1080p. So I think it's a. There's really only like 5 companies that make dash cams. They just rebrand them.
Mm-hmm.
What what is this? This is front. Did I? I did. Okay. Yeah, it's just some generic off-brand dash cam type that. But yeah, that dude in that truck really irritated the crap out of me. Because he looked right at me and I'm like, really? And he just kind of laughs as he pulls through. I'm like, I should have smashed into you. And I see you try and explain how you didn't yield to traffic in the roundabout. Worst part is he was driving a Ford too. Not saying I don't like Fords, but
I don't like Fords.
yeah, well, and the thing is, a lot of those, you have to be careful what micro SD cards you put in them, because some of them will be incompatible with the SD card. I had a little scan disk SD card that was like a 16 gigabyte scan disk micro SD card that I tried in the camera, and my camera wouldn't read it. But yet it worked just fine on my PC. My PC could read it, access it, everything. And I changed the format of it. I had the camera try and format it, and it just did not like that card. And when I went to my little Samsung micro SD card, that thing worked flawlessly. So, and I don't know if that was just the firmware of the camera that was causing it to not recognize it, or if there's something physically bad with that SD card that the camera didn't like. There's just something about it. And I've read several articles about uh, dash cams not liking some of the El Cheapo SD cards that you find on Amazon that says, you know, 1 terabyte SD card. Of course, those are usually faked anyway. They say 1 terabyte SD card for $15, and it ends up being like a 16 gig SD card, but they've just modified the firmware to make it seem like it's a 1 terabyte card. That's all good. Got all the body parts. Now we can change and fill things. So yeah, just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's good, guys. And just because it's new doesn't mean it's good. Yeah, I did read that Western Digital did buy up ScanDisk. Um, I'm actually wondering if there was more going on there, because I know that they had been in talks for a while to do some kind of joint venture uh, for NAN memory collaboration, so that Western Digital could get a lot of their SSDs out. But I think in the end they just decided, yeah, it's going to be cheaper if we just buy you guys, and then we can tell you exactly what we want you guys to do. It's kind of what Intel did with Micron. But Micron got smart and decided, yeah, we don't want to necessarily continue to be a partner with you guys. Yeah. Um, there's a lot going on in the storage community right now, and it's not just between Western Digital and Hitachi and Seagate and any of those. It's just all of them right now. I don't know if they're trying to justify the existence of a lot of their storage devices or what's going on, but they've just been doing some real shady backroom crap recently, and it's been all of them. So I mean, Crucial and Samsung and G-Skill, anybody who does memory or physical hard drive, it's almost like they're like, yeah, we want everybody to be proprietary again, and we know how well the proprietary market worked in the 80s. Um, but I don't know. I'm glad I'm starting to get old enough that it's getting close for me to retire. I mean, I still got a good 20 years in me as far as that's concerned, but I just am not. I'm not happy with the way technology's going. I'll say that much. Seems like
Also,
they just keep trying to make it faster and don't care how long it's going to last because they know the consumers are going to end up spending anything they want to get it. And that's what that chip shortage taught them is, hey, we can leech these guys for literally thousands and thousands of dollars for the fastest of everything. But they also learned that with freaking cell phones too, so I don't know why it was a surprise to anybody. Yeah, and that was one of the things I was reading is a lot of the mechanical drives right now are doing a lot of refurbishing on their old models and just getting the price down. I saw a 8 terabyte um, Fujitsu the other day that they were selling for, God, I want to say like $35. I'm going, holy crap! All right, let's run this thing over to the car wash. To the car wash.
also forgive me for chiming in here and interrupting the conversation about technology. Uh, but this customer needed all this stuff done to their car, eh? I just thought about the fact that they came in with like nothing left in their oil.
Right? Well, this whole vehicle was torn apart anyway. Let
Yeah.
let's refresh our memory as to what the story was on this car. Hi, I heard you're a decent professional. I found this car at my great grandpa's in an old tool shed, buried under old things and other trash. I have no idea how long it stood there. I knew it from old photos from my grandparents. The once beautiful Celine 1500 needs some love and attention for somebody experienced. From what I remember, it wasn't really spared by the previous users. In spite of it all, I think that it's not the worst base for rebuilding this classic piece. Seems a shame to waste such a car. Apparently, it's a rather rare configuration. Please do what you can to make it look like new. If all goes well, maybe I will manage to sell it to a museum? Is that a
But
question? We'll see. Let me know when you're done. Sell it to a museum? Is that a question? All right.
also, what makes it a rare configuration? I mean, does it have like AC? Does it have a bigger engine? Is it a flat V? If it's based off of like a Ford or something like that, is it like a Ford flat V8? Is it a special
Well,
color? Like,
it's a dual carb configuration, and it's called Car Version XL. So I guess it was like a high performance version. I don't know.
So
But,
instead of 50 horsepower, it's 75.
right. So, did me detailing the inside actually bring the interior up? Yay, it took it from 22 to 40, so that brings it up to the minimum quality level of 40 that he was looking for. Good. Let's go ahead and move you over to the test path so that we can adjust the... Well, I mean, everything is technically disposable. I mean, we have been a disposable country since the 50s. So... Wow, that headlight's way out of adjustment. That thing's pointing straight down to the ground. Alright, those have been done. What's the last thing we gotta do? Spray it the factory color. Okay. To the paintables. What is the factory color of this car? Actually, that's a pretty blue.
That, like, pale baby blue.
Yeah. My, ain't she purty. That seat's good enough. I'm gonna put more time in this. Let's run it over to the dyno and see how oomph this motor has in it. Should be 306 with the used parts. I'm gonna say it's gonna probably land around 280. Ah, 287. Alright, I guess we are ready to turn this over to him. 2,400. I know I spent way more than that on this car. I don't think I made a dime on this car. Alright, let's go drop off my parts here. Sell parts. Sell parts. Anything that is under a 50.
You have 3 right rear fenders.
Shut up. That proves nothing.
Silence you.
Quiet, you. Polly! Yes! There are police vehicles going up and down the street for some reason. Guess I shouldn't say police vehicles. I should just say sirens. There's a lot of activity going on. We want 4 for electrical. And then we want 3 for car parts. Is that it? You guys are high performance mufflers. Where'd you guys come from?
Did you get drunk and start ordering things off of Amazon again?
Probably. I think they were in the wrong category. Alright, we want to come down here to these guys, and we want to put these parts in there. That's a 92. Let's see here. Sort by condition. It's the easiest way to do this. 99. I knew there was still one. Not like 99's gonna matter with 100%, but... Alright, now all you guys can go in here. Boy, I got a lot of rod cap bearings. Don't think I'm gonna need too many of those from the future. Got enough to probably rebuild another V8 engine. Alright, look at that. Alright, let's see. Do I have any barns that I have in my map? I've got one barn. Let's open up some crates and see if we can find some more barns. Kind of been stockpiling these. Don't know why. Yes, of course I want to open it. Why do you think I clicked on it? Yay! Oh, just what I needed. Another case.
I quite enjoy that infinite case loop.
You open up a bonus case just to find another bonus case. It's a box inside of a box. Let's see your bonus and XP. Okay.
Huh, you leveled up from the case.
Okay, got some good barn locations here. Another case, why not? I clicked you. There you go. Oh my gosh. This is why I gave up on these cases, right? I mean, I get that they want you to have another chance to get another case, but come on. You get enough cases as it is just doing the regular missions. I don't... Did I just level up by opening cases? Yes. Which I should probably hit space, but... My gosh! Stop giving me cases! I would have been done by now. Alright, let's stab all these barn finds. There. Let's see. Let's go check out a barn. See what we can find. I don't think we have enough for anything real important. Guess we could look at some of the cars in our garage and or in our parking and sell them. Not that it's gonna matter, but come on, you can load sometime this week. Thank you. Oh, look at that old van sitting there. Yeah, we're not gonna necessarily bother with this. I don't know, how complete is it? Maybe it'll be a good donor. I don't know, that motor's mostly complete. Big pile of junk, but it's mostly complete. What's it missing? It's missing the oil pan, I bet. Oh no, the oil pan's there. Let's see. Missing a couple of exhaust manifolds. Valve cover. I can't see. Probably missing some clips on the distributor. There's got a fuel filter. So here we got that suspension, that suspension. Got that. Let's get these exhausts. That's garbage. Missing the driveline, transmission. A bunch of wheels. I don't know. I think I'm going to pass on this van. See, this is why it's iffy. That I could definitely rebuild that motor. Put it in something else. And the van's mostly here. The interior's not in too bad a shape. Just needs a good cleaning. Those seats look pretty good. That steering wheel looks good. What does he want for it? 17,000? I don't think so. Well, we'll think about it. Let's see what else he's got. That looks like a rust stain. '70 Ford rust stain. GT G Transcrammer. 68. I don't know. I mean, it's rare, but no data. Well, it doesn't have a motor in it. V8 2 carb supercharged swap option none. Just that motor. 17-inch tires. Factory color black. Body-wise, it's fairly decent shave. cross members cooked. I'm sorry if my sigh was the epitome of your week. uh, but, you know, I do aim to please. This thing was definitely a donor for something. Just with the parts that are missing, it gave its heart to something else. And the soul's mostly intact, but it definitely is going to need a new heart. I just don't know if it's worth the 63. It's missing hoods. Fenders are all here, though. Missing the trunk. Ah, another Mitsubishi. Boy, I've bought enough of these in these barns. Engine looks complete, but completely worn out. Another big boat anchor sitting here. Fuse box, air intake. Yeah, I don't want to get involved in another Evo. I really don't want to get involved in another Evo. I've just found that I don't get my money back on these things. Any other parts that I missed here? I don't think so. Coolant. Yeah, it's missing the washer reservoir, missing the power steering, the coolant reservoir overflow. It's missing the brake booster. It's yeah, motor's complete though. Yeah, you're looking, it's missing all the exhaust and everything on the back end of that. 41. Yeah, it's not worth 41. I mean, look at that. Look at all that stuff that's in the. The only thing that's good for is the body. The body's the only thing that's in good shape. Everything else is junk. Yeah, we'll skip that Evo. Alright, so our choice is between this, the rust stain. I think we still got something else over here, don't we? Oh, maybe not. Or this van. You know what? I don't like anything here. We're gonna go try a different barn. Yeah, the easiest way to do that is to find a bunch of wrecking yard vehicles and just do the body work on them and sell the shells. I made a lot of money that way. You can usually make a fair chunk of change. So let me show you. Let's go to the junkyard. Yeah. If you're only level 4, you don't have any of that. Yeah, just do a lot of the storyline and regular labor quests to start. That'll rack it up real quick. Be very careful about the parts you buy. Try and repair everything before you buy parts. But let's see what we got here at the wrecking yard. Ooh, look at this little rat rod. Oh, hot dog. Wow, how much do you want for that? Don't mind if I do. You know what? I may keep this for myself. Hot diggity. Mostly intact motor, too. It definitely needs a refresh, but... But yeah, see, the wrecking yard vehicles are a lot cheaper to pick up to start with. Um, and definitely go through these piles and get as many parts as you can. Like, just try and get any. You want anything that's over 20%. But you could usually put one of these together for fairly cheap. You know what? I'm gonna grab this guy because I've been looking for one of these for a while, and this is the first time I've seen one in any of my playthroughs. So yeah, I am definitely gonna snatch this guy up. And put it at the garage for now. Okay. There are a lot of cars out here this time around. Usually I'll get 4 or 5 really good ones, but... Here's another... This is their version of the Mustang. $336,000 kilometers. My gracious. Got the old quad carb or dual carb. Dual fours. I don't have a lot of 6-packs in this game. Yeah, this thing's a pile of junk. Leave it alone. Yeah, and that's basically what you have to do. You can make a lot of quick cash doing that. I will also just buy some of these wrecking yard cars and pull like the motor, transmission, stuff like that, and hang on to them until I get the workbench, and then repair them that way. But you want to make sure that that they're over 20%, because if they're below 20%, you can't repair it. And there's some parts that you can't repair anyway, like the shocks, struts, springs, those things. So you don't even want to bother taking that out of the wrecking yard unless it's pretty high quality, like a 50 or something. Um, like, let's see, like these serpentine belts. If the serpentine belt's not a 50, don't even bother with it. That door being a 16, I could probably repair that, but I usually, if it's 20 or better, I'll snatch it up. See, like these, I'd grab those just to have on hand in case they're missing one, but here's another one of those. Ooh, this is all Ford. Truck resto. Chopped. What do they want for this? 10K? It's worth 20. Well, it's worth only 22 if it's fully restored. Absolutely no motor. No, these I mean, these are very nice trucks. Even by today's standard, these are nice trucks. I really have a soft spot for a lot of the old Ford trucks. Just don't know if it's going to be worth the 10K. It's got one of the newer engines in it. That's why it was a Restore mod. Converted it over to fuel injection. Yeah, that's gonna require a lot of work. I don't know if it's gonna be worth the time and investment. Yeah, even the interior's kind of borked. It's only got the one engine option too. I do have quite a few of those parts in my warehouse though. I'll think about it. I might come back to this. Let's see what else we have out there. I might come back to this. Boy, there are just not a lot of cars out here this time. Kind of surprising. I'll usually get like 4 to 5 cars out here, but right now I've only got 3. But that's kind of the luck of the draw at a wrecking yard. Sometimes you got some decent cars that you could probably restore, and usually a lot of these you just want to use as donors. Part out for other cars that you might be working on. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Should I pick up that truck? Yeah, well, and that's why I say the stuff you get out of the wrecking yard, you often want to use as just a parter. Just donate the parts out for something else you might have coming. But when you get these unique vehicles like this, there's not too many of them, you know. But then again, I mean, with this being a Ford, any of the Ford cars are going to adapt right over this. So you can buy a cheaper Ford and build this one up, right? Jeez, you know what? I'm gonna buy this just for smiles and giggles. Because it would be kind of nice to have this in my parking. Alright, that's gonna do it for the junkyard. We got a little bit more time. Let's go check out another barn. Oops. Let's clear those. See if we get anything good at this one. Come on. It's a Nissan. Or as they like to call it, the Raspin. $23. I don't think so. Good from afar, but far from good, baby. Missing a lot of stuff on the front end of the engine. Yeah, there's a lot of borked parts. What'd they do? Jump this thing? Put it in a rally or something? Holy cow. See, I've seen a lot of barn finds, and rarely are they ever in this bad a shape. Man, they must have off-roaded this thing because that's a lot of damage. Rallied the crap out of it. 177 kilometers too. I mean, that's a lot of. That's not a whole lot of kilometers for the amount of damage this thing's gone through. I didn't see a fuse box in there. Oh yeah, I did right there. I even checked it. And of course, it's missing the battery. They never have batteries on these things. Yeah, I don't think it's worth that amount of money. Let's come back to this. See what else he's got here. Oh. And of course, this engine's got to be junk. Actually, it's getting worse. My gosh, have some experience. That's a lot of parts on that engine. Holy cow. It's missing half of the air intake. I don't know. This might be worth. He's gonna want a lot for this, though. I mean, I'll be surprised if he wants this thing to walk out for less than 90K. had a buddy who had one of these Astons. That was a beautiful, beautiful car. I mean, it was comfortable, it was smooth, it was quite. Damn, was it fun to drive. Man, how much does he want for this thing? Ooh, 51, actually. Fully restored, you get another 50. I mean, that's 100 and some odd K for that. And it's not in too bad a shape. I mean, dual turbo, variable valve controller. That's going to be one heck of an engine rebuild. Oh, baby. You are making me a happy boy. There's no engine oil. I think I'm going to pick this one up. See what else he's got. See, that is a bar find. That is definitely a barn find. Oh look, we've already done 3 of these already. I don't think we'll do another one. I love how that thing's just hanging out with nothing on the rear clam. That motor's completely torn apart too. This was one of the first cars I did on this. Oh, it's a very big profit, yeah. I mean, 56K to purchase it, another 56K to restore it. I mean, or when it's fully restored, that's a fair chunk of change. And I haven't done one of those Astons in this game yet, so I'm really, really tempted to get it. Yeah, I don't think I'll pick up this DeLorean. I mean, I've already done 3. I don't think I want to do another one. It's like those Evos. I did a lot of those Evos too, and I'm not sure I want to do another one. He's gonna want, yeah, he wants the same price for this as he wants for the Aston. I think I'll take the Aston. That motor never had 332 horsepower. That motor never had that much horsepower. Nor was it ever a V8. I don't know. It's just. I think I'm going to take her home. Yeah, we're definitely going to take you home, and we are going to run you to the car wash, get you all washed up. Then I think next week we may tear into this bad boy. I'm really ready to tear into it right now, but we don't have nearly the time. We got 15 minutes left. I think we got 3 really great cars here for next time, guys. I am not upset one bit. I'm gonna run this guy over to the car wash. Yeah, those are great. Definitely. You're seeing me doing all the inspection. The more experience you can get, the better. Um, that's gonna help out a lot. What condition was the interior in this thing? Let's see. Look, I could turn around and sell this thing right now for 10K. He really undersold that. I knew that it was worth more than that. I'm surprised he let go for 51. I was thinking at least 90, but interior 71, parts 31. Okay. To the car wash. Let's see how she polishes up here. Not bad, not bad at all. Could definitely use a little bit of paint. The body is 78%. That's not too bad. It's what did I say the interior was? 40? 71. No, this is an actual Aston Martin. Brought it up to 76. What is it worth now? I gained a little bit more, but not a lot. That water pump is cooked. Won't be able to do a compression test because the engine's not complete. Yeah. Let's look at the tires on this thing. Definitely need new tires. Yeah. Oh, I absolutely love the DB9. That is an absolute gorgeous car. No, a buddy of mine used to have one of these Vantage. It was a smooth, nice car. I loved driving it. It was really nice. Alternator 18%. What? Can't do the compression test because the engine's not complete. But we already know the engine's in pretty sorry shape. Spark plugs are cooked. Coils are cooked. The controllers are cooked. Bummer. See if we can get a slight taste of the inside here. Well, that piston seems to look okay. That piston's bad. That block doesn't look like it's in the best of shape either. We may have just a rotted engine. Yeah, that block looks like it's in really sorry shape. A couple of more bad pistons. See if we can get a view of the cams up here. Those cams may look okay. What about these guys over here? Cam might be okay. Wow. There's our fuel rail. That looks like it's in fairly decent shape. Probably around 20-30%. We could probably rebuild it. Nice. Yeah, I'll probably start seeing a lot of ads for them now that I've been talking about it here on my stream. Usually happens. Yeah, this motor is just. I'm not sure that block's gonna be in decent shape, but the pistons look fairly good. Let's see what we can see for the clutch. I guess the clutch is okay. Starter's in decent shape. I don't know. I guess that block's. I could rebuild that block. It's not completely cooked. Hmm. So that controller's 30%. That controller's 30%. Intercooler. No data. That's definitely going to be around 20%. You can tell just by all the rust on it. Yeah, I think we're going to have fun rebuilding this. Those turbos are probably pooched. They look pretty worn out. They're really proud of their vehicles. If you ever get a chance to go to the dealer and check one of these out, absolutely go to the dealer and check one of these things out. They are an absolute gorgeous piece of machinery. They absolutely are. Okay, we're gonna put you on car lift A. Yeah, exactly. It's owning something like this, and that's one of the reasons why my friend got rid of it. Um, People were like literally dodging into him with this vehicle, just because they see it and it's like, oh, money. That's one of the reasons why Audi and BMW drivers drive the way they do, uh, because they're too busy dodging people. Um, but yeah, I think we got a good lineup for next time. Boy, that did not clean up the way I wanted it to. It almost looked better with all the dust on it. Oh, the interior is 11%, body is 8%, frame is 28%. Oh, what a pile of junk. Why did we buy it? Interior is up to 33% now. At least the dust was uniform in color. Exactly. It's the dust was holding the metal together. Let's see here. What's it worth now? Hey, look, we can make a $655 profit off of it just by giving it a bath. All right, we're gonna move you to car lift B. Check out my little hot rod here. How much can we turn around and sell this bad boy for? $2,005. Just the way she sits. Let's run you over to the car wash. Let's see how bad you're gonna look when it's all said and done. Yeah, most of that's frame though. I hit that with the frame machine and it'll tighten it right up. What did it say the interior was? 18%? Alright. Let's bump that thing up to another 33. Ooh, 40. Yeah, better than I thought. And look, our price has increased. We can now turn around and sell it for 11. 11111. Binary strikes again. See, just washing it and doing the interior. I've made money on these cars. That's how we used to flip them back then. They fix one or two parts, give them a nice detail and washing inside and out, turn around and sell them for a crap ton of money. We used to do that all the time. Boy, I didn't realize that engine looked that bad. Jeez. I wouldn't even call it a rolling chassis at this point. I'd call it a scraper. Yeah, more than doubles its value. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I've owned a couple of cars like that. I at one point in time I owned a car to where getting a flat tire totals the vehicle out. That's But where would we be without our hoopties, you know? It just you gotta enjoy the hoopties. You just have to enjoy the hoopties. Cause what fun would life be if you didn't have your little hoopty? 900 bucks. That's not bad to straighten that frame out. Yeah, she's not looking too bad. Let's see here. Did we get $900 worth out of it? I don't remember what our profit value was beforehand. We may not have got $900 out of it. No, we don't want to do it again. Whoa, hey. Oh, come on. Doesn't have any windows in it, so we don't have to worry about that. Is it down to 1%? Oh, look, we lost a whole bunch of money. It's $110 now. Yep, we're down to the 1%, so we got all the car parts. Let's go fix these up and see what it comes out to be. Oh. Guy sold me the custom rims, new tires, CD player, and gave me the car. They happen to be in for 600 bucks. Oh, nice. Gotta love deals like that. I don't think I've ever bought a car and left somebody walking. I think my brother has once. Or maybe he was the one walking. I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, that didn't repair. We need a new hood. We need one of those. That door is totally cooked. Those fenders. Put the bed back in. What am I missing here? Bumper, that's what it was. So what can we sell it for now? We're up to 4K. And I have hardly spent any money on that vehicle, and I can already make 4K on it. That's what you can do with junkers. That's exactly what you can do with junkers. Alright, guys. It's 10 o'clock. That's my time limit. I gotta go to bed because I got things to do in the morning. I don't know. I might do this again tomorrow. I may do some Kerbal. I don't know yet. I kind of fly by the seat of my pants. Oh yeah, no. You have to use a shopping list. Without the shopping list, you get real lost real quick in this thing. But yeah, I appreciate everybody joining. Catch me tomorrow. I usually start my streams at 8 o'clock Eastern. So catch me then. I will probably. I'm real interested in the Aston now, so I'm gonna probably do this again tomorrow, and we're gonna tear into these 3 cars tomorrow and really get into the nitty gritty because I'm excited now. These are the hot rod and this Ford were 2 cars that I've kind of been looking at trying to find in this game, and I'm actually really stoked that we found them. This beauty, though, this was a total surprise for me because yeah, I love it. So, yeah, thanks for joining. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Please join. I love it when new people pop in. I love it when old people pop in, and I do it for the thrill. So, everybody take it easy and have a good night. Later.